It is the 24th of July, a Thursday, and I'm basically gonna do the trade recap for today. It's kind of late, maybe a different setting. I'm in the whip, but yeah, no. Let's do this real quick. I'm gonna turn on the music so I don't get copyrighted. Today was a big old win. Hopefully I don't see what my shit is. If we want to load, you know. Alright, well, we'll see if that loads. Let me just go on the 1 minute time frame and some other stuff. I'm surprised you don't want to record when I got hotspot and everything in this bit. Alright, we're gonna have to do this for the game, you feel me? Once I get that Wi-Fi, we'll figure that shit out. Hold on now. Let me put that shit back on top step and then we finna figure it out. My phone connection just so ass, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, we still lagging and shit. It's just not working. Bad bitch in the whip, though. I'll give you that. Damn, she was in the back of that bitch. She like a prisoner of war, man. Funny as hell. Alright, bet. Alright. You gotta give me like 3 seconds. I'm gonna pull up I'm gonna pull up real quick. I'm gonna just probably reset it, but I might just leave it just cause, you know, y'all getting a sneak peek. You know, it's like a little daily life type of thing, you feel? But since I can't play the music, it's low key like got me fucked up. Sideways in that bitch. Big ass bird up there. I can't even see that shit switching gears and shit. A lot of motherfuckers hit that shit.
This pass is expired. The date is wrong. Please ask your host to send you a new pass.
Alright. Let me get straight into that shit then. So on the expresses you can see we're at 500 now. We had a big ass day on that 24th. And yeah, let me just get straight into it. So we coming in to market open, just chilling. We're like, all right, we got 10 a.m. news, so we can just chill until then. And I'm trying to see bulls because on the larger time frame, on the daily, I'm trying to see expansion. And then also on the 15 to 1 hour time frame, if you come in, like we're leaving all this buy side, we're in the middle of nowhere, take out sell side, we're obviously going to go higher, generate and go higher. So news helped us generate liquidity, and now we're getting to that time. So what am I looking for? My usual model, liquidity sweep, break structure, double fair value gap, whatever. But now I incorporated the forever model. So I have SMT, change in state, sell side take, inverse fair value gap. And then if you go on the top step 30 seconds. You ready for this shit? Boom, double fair value gap on the top step 30 second. We long 5 times in there, take there, and then take another partial right there, and then, oh no, that was stop out. So yeah. Great day on the top steps. I wish we could have got a little more out of it, a little more bread maybe, but I still like that a lot. It was still a good ass day. My bad, I'm trying to figure something out over here. It was a...
Your access is granted.
Oh, shit.
Welcome to our property.
It was a good as fuck day, just because of the fact that we were able to identify what we needed to identify and then be able to just, chill. I'm like trying to send a bunch of shit. Alright. So basically, let me pull over real quick. And then I'm just do a closing statement. Bro, all these motherfuckers doing is just be con. Alright. So yeah, very easy day. And what I do with my risk, I risk $500 total right here, and then my partials were there. So it's like it was really a 1-to-1. Like, I'll give it to there. That was like my majority right there. I left like some runners to the highs, and I wanted this final buy side, but we wanted to come down, and we didn't even tap break even. We just wanted to come down and then push higher into that buy side. Finally, we just barely tapped it right there. That doesn't even count. So yeah, great fucking day. Easy bull in the day. And what did this tell me, bro? Going back to the top step P&L, what does it tell me, bro? Look at the first week. I'm keeping my risk like up, like I'm upping my risk, but the only thing that's wrong is my mental. There's nothing else wrong with my trades. Like, my trades were bad because my mental was bad. So now I believe I can up my risk back up to 500 and just tank it. Like, realistically, if I'm losing 3 trades in a row from now, then I will blow these accounts, and I'm fine with that. Because I'm coming out with a $700 day basically across 2 accounts, and then when I'm starting to risk that 500, I could have made another $200 day, because now I have 4 and I need that 5th $200 day. Then I can finally run up a balance and then take a payout eventually. But it's all about being patient and keeping that same risk that I feel like you started with, because once I realized, like, once I had this losing day, it was a bad day too. It was kind of fucked up. There's no reason to take some dumb trade like that. So now once I fully get that out of my system, and I see that I'm back at where I started in 2 weeks, in basically just under 2 weeks time, risking this $200 risk, $200 profit target, and it won't work. It just doesn't work. Maybe it does if you have a very, very high win rate, but as you can tell, we're kind of, if you disregard the first week, we're kind of 50-50 exactly. However, we still are up, like, regardless of the risk. So I'm gonna keep my risk at $500 a trade now, like a day, because I compounded in 5 times into here. I compounded 5 entries all in this one thing. My first entry was 3 micros, then 1, then another one, then 3, and then and then 2, and then another one of 3. So a lot of contracts. But then I realized, I was like, I'm okay. I'm okay with this risk. I accept the risk, and it's a good ass trade. So I'm gonna put my full risk behind it with the more confluence as I get. So great fucking day. We finna go into tomorrow open-minded. The same logic of today, staying patient and just waiting, not trying to force something that's not there, because if anything, it'll just come and bite you in the ass. You don't want to force some shit that's not there. That'll make you, lead to those losing days. That'll give you those losing days 100%. So we're finally up on the week pretty good, 408. I'm looking for another decent trade tomorrow. I'm not going to force anything. If I see a trade, I'll take it. If I don't have a trade, I won't take it. If I take a loss, I'm fine with it as long as it's a good loss and I follow all my rules. So I need to get to this shit. I will see y'all boys later. And it was a great trading day. So I'm glad I got a recap in. And I will see you tomorrow for a morning session review. Peace out.